You want to read a book? That's Cookie Monster.
Settling back with 10-month-old Hannah and a good book.
Can you say cookie?
This is one of Cindy Biney's favorite pastimes.
Something I've done with all of my children from the very early beginnings when they were just really infants was read little books to them, just little picture books.
Oh, you're gonna eat his eye?
Hannah is learning to connect the pictures with words, a great help as she struggles to develop speech skills. Pediatricians say reading to your kids is a great idea, but so is just talking to them.
Talking to your baby is so important because babies get their greatest comfort from the human voice.
Simply talking about whatever you're doing is a good way to keep up the parent-child dialogue.
Hold the shirt.
Hi, Hannah, how are you?
Cindy makes regular visits to Dr. Contini's office with Hannah and her 3-year-old son, Jake.
So what kinds of sounds is she making? What kinds of things is she doing with her mouth?
She is babbling up a storm.
What kinds of consonants does she do? Does she?
Da 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 da, ba ba ba.
Okay, and some ma ma ma?
Not yet.
Hannah is off to a good start. The babbling she does now will turn into words later. Meanwhile, Hannah's just trying to hold up her end of the conversation.
The smiling and the gurgling and the babbling is the very first conversation that they're having.
Cindy likes to share baby talk and smiles with her daughter. Pediatricians say even a smile is a form of communication.
What a smile says is, please do that again, or I like what you did.
And don't worry about baby talk holding back your child. It's fine in the beginning.
After about 6 or 9 months, though, baby talk serves a little bit less of a purpose, and talking to a child in typical conversation voice and in those sort of terms is usually the best way to communicate to your child.
Jake is way ahead of the baby talk stage, but he's still learning too.
Can you try to say construction?
That's a hard word. And there's some words that are just too hard. You know, spaghetti, they always say biscotti, and that's just a hard word until they're much older.
Right around age 2, you should be able to understand about 50% of what your child says. She should also be putting together 2-word sentences at this point. A couple of more milestones. At age 3, you should be able to understand about 75% of what your child says, and she'll use 3-word sentences. And by age 4, nearly 100% with more complex sentences being used.
Is that yellow?
That's a yellow car, and that's a yellow car.
As in all forms of development, there's a broad range of normal for speech.
I say that typically a child after the age of around 18 months, if they're not saying too many words, that's when you may want to investigate it a little bit more closely. The biggest leap in verbal development that occurs is right around 2 years of age. And that is when you realize that your child understands just about everything that you say.
That person having some oxygen.
That's wonderful, and I think it's very rewarding as a parent when that finally happens, because you think, okay, I've done something right. Now, you know, they're developing the way they should be.
Good girl.
There's no greater reward.
Daddy.